Welcome back to That's Life with John Carver. Today's episode, I want to share some thoughts with you on choose to execute. Choose to execute. No, I'm not talking about executing somebody because they've done a crime. I'm talking about taking action, about getting stuff done. Let me share a story that you may have read years ago. Mike Lupica wrote in Esquire Magazine, Deion Primetime Sanders, a former outfielder for the Atlanta Braves and cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons, is the only athlete to have hit a major league home run and scored an NFL touchdown in the same week. Sanders grew up on the mean street of Fort Myers, Florida, where exposure to some would-be athletes spurred him to make a success of himself. He explains, quote, "I call them Idas. If I'd have done this, I'd be making $3 million today. If I'd have practiced a little harder, I'd be a superstar. They were as fast as me when they were kids, but instead of working for their dreams, they chose drugs and a life of street corners. When I was young, I had practice. My friends who didn't went straight to the streets and never left. That moment after school is the moment we need to grab. We don't need any more Idas." Now, there's a consistent pattern with successful people, and that is they get stuff done. They notice the people around them who aren't really doing a whole lot. They are what one author calls them average and ordinary people. That's not for you. I don't want you to be an average and ordinary person. So they have a bias for action. It's so easy for some people who are maybe intimidated by what other people might think about them, or their motivation, or their history, or maybe their lack of education, or their lack of being raised in a fancy-dancy home life. The opinions of other people that may try to hinder you and hamper you from moving forward can literally cloud you from moving ahead in your life. So the bias for action is essential if you want to achieve anything great. And anything great might mean different things to different people. It might mean you want to have a certain job or a certain title or a certain goal or have a certain amount of income or reach a certain number of people in the world to serve them and to help them, or raise your family in a way that's ethical and that is responsible. All these things are examples of success. You don't have to have millions of dollars in the bank to be successful. So life is full of detours. I know I've experienced a considerable sum of detours, and so have you. The challenge is that when those detours happen is to get back on the highway as quickly as possible, because it is so tempting to, once you're on the detour, or once you're distracted by life or hit in the head by an event in your life that it just staggers you down to your knees, sometimes it's very tempting to stay down. It really is. I can tell you flat out, it's very, very tempting to stay down. But the most successful people, again, have a bias for action. They keep getting up, even though it looks like that there's no hope, there's no moving forward. These are the people who I read about. These are the people who I study. Because if they can do it, if they can keep getting back up, then so can you. And it's essential for you and I to think about the people that are successful in the world and learn from them. And I'm seeing more and more people and reading about more and more people who are truly successful, and they've got issues. What I'm saying, issues are, they have challenges, they have struggles, they have pains that they go through. They have anxiety attacks, they have depression, they have all these things that a lot of people have, and yet they're still massively successful. So when you look at the people on the big screen or on TV or in the movies or in your own workplace and you think that they have all their stuff together, I guarantee you that they don't. But they do have a bias for action. They choose to execute their goals as quickly as possible and as consistently as possible. My name is John Carver. Thanks for watching, and remember, I believe in you.